So, Monalisa Perez was sentenced to 6 months in jail for killing her boyfriend last year, and I just want to quickly talk about that. I don't have a script or anything like that. This is just my drunken brain fart of the moment. So if you didn't know, Perez shot her boyfriend Pedro Ruiz in 2017 with a Desert Eagle as he defended himself with an encyclopedia. And it was a stunt that was meant to gain them publicity. Like, that was its stated intention. They mentioned that it was to gain views and subscribers. By all accounts, it was Pedro that persuaded her to do it. He was the one who believed that the stunt would work, and that a thick book would somehow stop a gun chambered for the kind of bullets that can puncture walls. But obviously, Pedro was killed instantly. Now, what happened was a tragedy. Obviously, I don't think Monalisa is a bad person. I cannot put myself in the position of someone who has suddenly found themselves in the place of having accidentally killed somebody that they loved, much less having fathered two of their children with. I couldn't imagine going through such a horrific event. At the risk of sounding like a heartless bastard, at the risk of sounding completely callous, I think the sentence was too lenient. Again, I can't stress enough that this woman has been through a horrific experience, one that I would only wish on a truly hated enemy. But if you don't have the willpower or the competence to understand that firing a gun or any weapon, let alone one of the most powerful handguns in the world, at somebody else that you know for the sake of video views is a stupid idea, I don't think you deserve to be in custody of a child. I don't think you deserve to have any responsibility over somebody else's life when you've just demonstrated that this is what you're capable of doing to someone that you love. Over YouTube subscribers, of all fucking things. And again, I realise that Pedro may have pressured her into it. Again, that I understand that I'm not her. I don't know what was going through her mind at the time, but if it ever crosses your mind that gaining notoriety like that is worth such a risk, then your decision-making capability is questionable at best. She's been banned from firearms for the rest of her life, but suppose she takes another risk. Suppose she does some ridiculous stunt with a child or a second child. I mean, it's probably elitist to call her stupid. It's probably ignorant of me to call her, just some, like an idiot. But if you lack the willpower to resist doing something so incredibly dangerous, with your own child watching, so incredibly stupid, I would never trust you with anything again. Ever. Because you've shown that, you have no common sense. And maybe she was blinded by love, or by the mirage of fame on the horizon, and I'm fully aware that fame and love do strange things to people. It makes them act in stupid ways, but I learned a Shakespeare sonnet to attract a bird I liked. Fucking Mr. Beast is giving away money to streamers for some fuck all reason. He's getting subscribers off of that. There are better ways to do this. And to try and bend the curve by doing something so senseless is just is inexcusable. And I hope this sets an example for people so they learn that fame is really costly. No, not everyone can handle it. For some people, it can cost your soul. I see, the reason that commentary channels like mine go after people like KSI and Rice Grum and the fucking Poor Brothers when they grab headlines is because it's not because they're famous. It's not because they're so well known. It's because the cost of reaching for that pinnacle has truly divorced them from reality. It's completely divorced them from the way that everyone else who isn't constantly connected to millions of people watching their every move might otherwise think. I see smaller YouTubers I respect a great deal, particularly in the commentary community, sell their dignity and their self-identity to the altar of getting more subscribers, of getting attention, and it's like watching your friends turn to prostitution. Sacrificing their self-worth for the faintest sliver of fame because of fame, of course, equals money. It means that when you die, people might remember you, maybe. But they'll remember you as desperate. Monalisa will be remembered as desperate, as someone who sacrificed her boyfriend, the father of her 2 children, on the great YouTube altar for fuck all. Better to be forgotten completely than remembered as that. And I'm grateful for you lot for subscribing to this channel and watching my garbage. And I'd much rather that just 2 of you watch me put on a bad accent and make some silly contrived point than a million of you watching me hold a gun to my head to show Joe Weller who's boss. Because, there are too many people out there who just cannot be trusted to have that perspective. Too many people out there who just lack the common sense and the self-control to act in their own self-interest. I hope that this horrific tale reminds people that there really has to be a barrier that we shouldn't cross as supposedly intelligent people. Because surely some things are just not done. Some things just aren't worth the clickbait. That's why those prank channels are fake. Because, if I could get Rebel TV to disappear off the face of the earth, I would pay for everyone's popcorn and front row tickets.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Motherfucker!